15, new business, strategic plan update on La Colina development, which was former Monrovia Nursery, and Planning Director Kugel will report.
The council at their last strategic planning session wanted to hear a report on the status of a number of development projects, and I will measure my presentation accordingly, but I'll give you the highlights. The Monrovia Nursery property, everybody's familiar with that in the western part of the city. It's highlighted on the map in white. It's about 95 acres. The project developer is William Lyon Homes. It's 121 single-family lots. All lots are a minimum lot size of 20,000 square feet. The homes are 4 to 6 bedrooms, or will be. They range in size from about 4,000 to 6,000 square feet. They're 1 and 2 story. One of the key elements in this project about 2-story homes is that all homes that are adjacent to the existing neighborhood shall be single story. So they will be built a single story, and unless somebody comes along to change the specific plan down the road, nobody in those homes can do a second story addition. The density of the project is 2 units per acre, which is the lowest density for residential development in the city, with the exception of hillside development, which has a minimum lot size of 1 acre. And at this point, the status of the project is that grading has started, and they are installing public infrastructure for the project, and they anticipate to construct model homes, hopefully getting under construction by the end of the year is their goal. I'll kind of skip over some of the history and background of this project. Suffice to say that it took about a decade for the city to go through the process to adopt a specific plan, the Monrovia Nursery specific plan. The city had imposed a moratorium on development of the site in about 2007. It took about a 3-year process with many public hearings and meetings with the residents and outreach to the neighbors to develop a specific plan. And a specific plan is a higher level of zoning. It's not just height, setbacks, lot coverage, etc. It includes plans for public infrastructure, plans for public amenities, preliminary plans for grading, handling hydrology. So it's a comprehensive land development plan. And in 2010, we adopted the specific plan as well as tract maps for the southern portion of this project as well as the northern portion. I will cover this slide because I think it's key to what this project is all about and what the community really wanted out of it as we went through the planning process. No lots are going to be any smaller than 20,000 square feet. No 2-story homes abutting the existing neighborhood. New home elevations to virtually every location on this property are set lower than the adjacent existing homes, so your people aren't really having their views blocked, and the way that this project slopes actually helps serve that. No widening of Sierra Madre to the north. All of the widening of Sierra Madre that will take place is going to be on the south side on the developer's property. This project will provide improvements and upgrades to the Fairmount Cemetery, including a new parking lot, signage, and new fencing around the cemetery. There will be some new drainage infrastructure to address and hopefully partially or mostly solve some of the long-standing drainage problems in the neighborhood. There'll be a linear park on the southern boundary of the project, which continues the linear park and walkway that was started at the Arboreta project, which is just to the west, which is also a William Lyons project. So there's an example in the community of the type of development construction that they do. And there will be a comprehensive design for landscaping as well as architecture for this project. This project, I also will mention that we brought in some new residents as a result of this project. There were about, of the 95 acres, about I think 35 or 40 of the acres were not in the city of Glendora. So we went through the local agency formation commission, did an annexation, and brought those unincorporated areas into the community, as well as some surrounding residents who were part of those islands as they're defined by state law. We did significant outreach as part of that process as well, which was separate to the specific plan, in order to introduce those folks to being official residents of the city of Glendora, although they were, using most of our services such as libraries, parks, etc. Some of the again, we talk about the financial benefits or the benefits to the community of development. And, here are listed some of the direct numbers that the city receives. But I think it's important. I always note that, first of all, you have an, underproductive, resource. We're transitioning this from an agricultural use to a residential use. So we're getting real investment to into the property and into the community, plus all the jobs that created, the materials, et cetera, that is brought in as part of the physical infrastructure to build this project is a brand new investment, and it means money coming into the community, which means there's more resources here. The property's better utilized. There's people there, residents buying things, going to schools, doing all the things that a community is supposed to have residents and building for. Lastly, just to give you a status update on the construction progress, the grading is about 80% complete. The new water detention basin in the southern tract at the southwest corner of the property is nearly completed. The Colina Irrigating Company's water line is just about completed and will be operational in November. The installation of the sewer in the southern tract is underway, as well as water and storm drain lines. And again, model homes are going to start toward the end of the year. This is the phasing plan for this project. They are going to start construction in the southern part of the property, although the model homes will be in the northern section of the property. The streets and curb will be in this area here is where phase one will start once they start production homes. In the northern, this area here is where the 6 different model homes will be. And there are 6 different versions of the 121 which are being constructed, which is a pretty big deal for 121 homes to have six models. Again, this is a very, high-end development. These homes are going to be well over $1 million when they sell, so should help everybody's property values in that area. Just some photographs here of the grading taking place on the site. This is the southern tract. You might recognize the barn, or this isn't really the barn. The barn is on the front of this property off of Milton, so this is kind of gives you a sense of where this is taking place. Here's the installation. This is the Covina irrigating canal pipe that was installed that serves the city of Covina. It's about a 42-inch pipe. That's about installed. I think here, hopefully Dave will kick me if I'm wrong, but I think they're trenching here for the installation of sewer lines. But again, and I wanted to just show this picture because, dust is a major problem on a construction site. And, the William Lyons is really doing a good job on trying to work and get the property without wasting too much water, enough water in it so it's not kicking up so much dust. One of the issues when you're grading when it hasn't rained very much in the last few years is that the earth is very dry. So as construction moves forward, we understand the concerns of the nearby residents, and we're trying to work with William Lyons to limit those. And with that concludes my report. I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions from council? None?